Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we've got a monumental story unfolding in the Indian pharmaceutical space. We are looking at Akums Drugs and Pharmaceuticals. You might have seen the headlines because they recently made some massive waves with a highly anticipated IPO. So today, we're going to do a definitive, totally objective deep dive into their core business model. We're going to look at the data, the charts, and the strategy to figure out exactly what makes this company tick.
Here is our game plan for today. First, we'll meet India's CDMO giant. Second, we'll break down exactly how Akums makes their money. Third, we're diving into the financials and market performance. Fourth, we'll weigh the growth catalysts against the risks. And finally, number 5, we'll wrap it up with the final verdict.
All right, section 1.
Let's meet India's CDMO giant.
Now you might be thinking this is some kind of overnight success story, but actually scratch that. Akums was founded way back in April 2004 by promoters Sanjeev and Sandeep Jain. They have literally spent over 2 decades meticulously evolving this business. They didn't just build a regional enterprise, they scaled this thing into a global, multi-facility pharmaceutical absolute powerhouse. We're talking everything from formulation research and clinical trials, all the way up to massive commercial-scale manufacturing.
And their sheer scale? Well, it became impossible to ignore in August of 2024. Akums completed its IPO, listing on both the NSE and BSE with a staggering transaction size of over 18,500 million rupees. I mean, that kind of capital raise just doesn't happen by accident, right? It signals a major leap into prominence within the public markets, and it gives them some serious firepower for their balance sheet.
To really grasp that valuation, you just have to look at their infrastructure. They are operating across 14 to 15 production facilities right in the heart of major Indian industrial hubs. And get this, they are churning out 12 billion tablets, 2.4 billion capsules, and hundreds of millions of injectables every single year. You add all that up, and you are looking at a manufacturing footprint of nearly 50 billion units annually. To put that into perspective, that is an absolute behemoth of production capability. The sheer volume is just mind-blowing.
Okay, moving on to section 2. How exactly does Akums make money?
So Akums is India's largest CDMO in the pharmaceutical formulations sector. But what does that actually mean in plain English? Essentially, think about global innovators and domestic brand owners. They don't always want to build their own massive, super expensive factories. It's incredibly capital intensive. So instead, they partner up with companies like Akums to handle the nitty-gritty of development and manufacturing. This lets those global brands manage their capital expenditure risks and speed up their commercial timelines. Plus, with the whole global China Plus One macroeconomic trend happening right now, where international firms are scrambling to diversify their supply chains away from China, accredited Indian CDMOs like Akums are riding a massive, sustained structural tailwind. And this model, it is the absolute beating heart of their business. Just look at the breakdown. While CDMO contracts bring in about 78.2% of their top-line revenue, the profit story is even more incredibly concentrated. A massive 88.1% of their operating profit comes directly from this one segment. Now sure, they do have their own branded generic formulations and active pharmaceutical ingredients, or APIs, but make no mistake, that contract manufacturing engine is undeniably the absolute core of their financial success.
All right, let's pivot to section 3, financials and market performance. Let's crack open the books and look at the key ratios. For the full fiscal year ended March 31, 2026, they pulled in a very impressive 4,359.02 crore in sales. But honestly, the real star of the show here is their balance sheet health. Notice that debt-to-equity ratio? It is sitting at an exceptionally low 0.02. Following their public listing, Akums immediately took their primary IPO proceeds and paid down their outstanding term debt. So now they boast a total shareholder equity of 3,331 crore against just 72.95 crore in remaining debt. They have established a wildly strong net cash position.
But hey, as objective analysts, we have to look at the whole picture, right? Here's the plot twist. Despite that top-line growth, consolidated net profit after tax actually dropped. It fell by 25.42%, down to 2,563.97 crore for FY26. So you're probably wondering, why on earth did a company with expanding revenues and a newly fortified, cash-rich balance sheet see such a stark drop in net profit? Well, that profit drop really boils down to 2 main themes: commodity cycles and one-off statutory charges. See, because Akums uses a cost-plus pricing structure for their CDMO contracts, they are super vulnerable to the fluctuating prices of raw materials. So when global API input prices took a hit and declined by 8 to 10%, their absolute top-line figures compressed along with it. Their standalone API segment also took a 57.65 crore loss. And on top of all that, they had to absorb over 200 crore in one-off exceptional charges. This was primarily for labor code compliance provisions and some retrospective wage revisions. So, while a 25% profit drop looks pretty scary on the surface, once you understand the mechanics behind it, you realize it's largely tied to pricing structures and statutory cleanups, rather than some fundamental break in unit volume demand.
And technically speaking, the market actually seems to agree that the foundation here is solid. Looking at the chart, the stock is exhibiting a primary accumulation base, consolidating very healthily near its 52-week high of 714.70 rupees. The RSI, the Relative Strength Index, is sitting at a steady 51.66, which tells us it's neither overbought nor oversold. It's just chilling, with clear, strong support levels hovering right between 610 and 625 rupees. And the fact that it's trading consistently above its short and medium-term moving averages. This technical structure heavily suggests that institutional players are quietly accumulating shares during this consolidation phase.
This brings us to Section 4, Growth Catalysts and Risks. Let's weigh it all out. On the catalyst side, things are honestly thrilling. Akums recently secured a highly strategic long-term contract valued at a whopping 1,760 crore rupees to supply formulations to Europe. And that's all thanks to their new EU GMP certifications, a huge win. They are also aggressively scaling up a brand new injectable plant in Hardwar, and they just executed a brilliant 56 crore rupees acquisition of Oriflame India's manufacturing assets. This lets them expand straight into the high-margin cosmetics and personal care space. But we've got to balance those exciting catalysts against some very serious monitorable risks. For instance, in January 2025, the Income Tax Department actually conducted search operations across their corporate offices. Now, while auditors did issue an unqualified opinion on the FY26 statements, the final tax assessment orders are still pending. We also can't forget their ongoing vulnerability to those API input costs we just talked about, not to mention the heavy financial burden of maintaining strict global regulatory compliance across 14 different manufacturing plants. It is a lot to juggle.
So where does that leave us? Let's move to Section 5, the final verdict.
When you take a step back and put it all together, the fundamental baseline for Akums is undeniably strong. They maintain absolute leadership in the Indian CDMO market. They are actively expanding their international pipeline into Europe, Brazil, and Africa. And crucially, they are sitting on 1,681 crore in cash reserves with a virtually net debt-free balance sheet. Yes, it's true, short-term earnings absolutely took a hit from commodity cycles and compliance provisions, but their strategic pivots into complex injectables and cosmetics paint a highly defensible, very positive multi-year trajectory.
So the ultimate question remains, is this newly listed giant a fit for your portfolio? Akums has proven it can manufacture at a scale that very few companies in the world can even match. As you go out and conduct your own deeper due diligence, I'd say keep a really close eye on their facility utilization rates, watch to see if those API margins recover, and definitely monitor the formal resolution of those pending tax proceedings. The foundation is absolutely there, but as always in the market, the execution is what will dictate the future value. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and as always, keep learning.